They wanted to go this place called Palestine. Came to mind, historical texts, they say, provided the line that they were entitled for their survival to return to Canaan, and upon arrival proceeded to settle the land, but it needed cleansing, so Palestinians were weeded. Now the claims of the Europeans superseded the rights of indigenous people seated in the land where they lived and coexisted with other tribesmen similar and different. His story, again, his story is so often twisted to fit whichever faction dismisses honor, justice, rights. Trust this, you in trouble when they bust they muskets. Free, free Palestine, free. Free Palestine, free! Free Palestine, what? Yeah.
Free Palestine, free!
The origins of the police force need to be understood. The police force in this country really began, one, in the South during slavery, where people, most white folks in the South did not own anybody.
Right.
Du Bois said 7% of the white South owned 76% of the enslaved African population. So that means the majority of whites, he said like 5 million whites own nobody. Meaning that most white folks in the South was poor, peasant, disenfranchised groups. So it was out of this community that the elite whites selected poor whites to patrol to catch the escaped property, which is us. So that's the first origin of the police force. Alright, so we have to understand. And in the North, it has a similar origin. In the North, the police force begins with corporate owners paying off private security groups to police and break up unions and labor organizing. So the police in this country, North and South, have always been about protection of property and not individual rights. Right? Like Huey Newton never said, black people don't have any property, so we know the police are not here to protect us.
Right.
And in fact, we were the property.
Chris Columbus, a man of his time, slaughtered Arawak natives to further his kind and they state of mind, and then take on a divine, allowed them to be so inclined to send ships with guns, filled with men with swords, so filled with the love of the Lord that they do whatever's necessary for their position. Death is the decision when they on a mission. Death is the decision when they on a mission. Now what we talking about? Imperialism. Death is the decision when they on a mission. Now what we talking about? Imperialism. Every second Monday in October we hold a celebration for a Western soldier who brought over a culture manifestly destined to rule and take over. Hey, it's funny how in the name of Jehovah you supposed to be the landowner more so than the first holder. Ask the natives in Plymouth about the caravan next to the boulder. For what they told you in high school about righteous conquest and brave explorers. Little reveal about the millions killed with their government will trying to steal up the horror. Hey, the superpowers locked in a chess match like who can sit back and see who is this back. Persist that shoot attacks, promote armed attacks, forgive tax plus import crack. Now tell me what you think about that. Do it sound familiar? To me too, cousin, I feel ya. And all because I picked up a book and looked and was shook by the shit these crooks done cooked now. George Bush, a man of his time, he slaughtered Iraqis to further his kind, and they stayed alive. And their take on the divine allowed them to be so inclined to send ships with guns, filled with men with swords, so filled with the love of the Lord that they do whatever's necessary for their position. Death is the decision when they on a mission. Death is the decision when they on a mission. Now what we talking about? Imperialism. Death is the decision when they on a mission. Now what we talking about? Yeah, but not long after the shock of being enslaved, recovery efforts are made to educate the people to pray. We terrorize it away, diabolical, physical, psychological, part of its economical interest, and ill-fated role in the tempest of humanity's ultimate sin fest. The obliteration of brains and a savage middle passage to a civilized way. Mixed in lingo, by the gringos, giving new lingo plus Chris Kringo. They decimated families, the singles, mijo, thank God for Santo Domingo. And the sugar plantation jingle, songs of freedom, hit them drums, it's time to meet them, teach them about the bloodshed for the love for who we are, petite low patrol, but keep a bullet bar, baby. Chris Columbus, a man of his time, slaughtered Arawak natives to further his kind, and they stayed of mind, and their take on it divine allowed them to be so inclined to send ships with guns, filled with touche, everybody, with the love of the Lord that they did whatever's necessary for their position. That we talking about.